BEFuture Knowledge Hub, where experts share their experiences dealing with the challenges facing our industry today. To help the event sector flourish, BEFuture explores the role of technology, highlights how sustainability helps us thrive, considers the role talent plays, and paves the way for the transformation that will boost resilience. Fostering serendipity in event design. In this episode, we will look at how events that take place in person can be designed to improve the opportunity for spontaneous and valuable face-to-face contact.
So 21st century, we created the shift between the event management and event experience. So everything what we are doing every single day, starting from IMEX, one of the biggest industry shows, and finishing with our wedding, it's all about experiences. So people want to touch, people want to feel, people want to meet. Designing the experiences every single day is what our attendees, exhibitors, and people who are involved in creating emotions really need. Because what we are looking for two elements, content or creativity. There are not a lot of events that we can see or observe both things, so content and creativity together. And I think event design tool or event experiences tool can help to make it happen in the future. People are going to travel all around the world looking for new content, not only in digital way but also face-to-face, because events industry is face-to-face industry. So we like travel, we want to travel, and we want to meet. And another one is experiences, so festivalization of the events. So the future, we are going to focus on the emotions. Together we can create a better future using the online tools, but still meeting physically. We need to remember that human-to-human connections is sometimes more important than a product. And finally, association meetings, so people all around the world being part of different associations, they are looking for another family, not a private one, but a business one. And one of the best case studies I've met or I saw or I was part of was one of the medical congresses. They came to one of the cities, and for a week they gave free of charge the consultation for the local people.
We are open innovation community. We work in all the new trends of future of work and how to change the mindset of teams in organizations, especially to face the challenging new era of changes. We are moving towards hybrid and virtual events. With this possibility of this hybridization of digital format, we are able to design the whole experience for the customer before the event. We need to get applied some skills that help us to be more creative, more innovative, more critical, and to apply this emotional intelligence. Because serendipity is something that happens, when all the factors in a situation are all synchronized, yeah? I would say that, to ensure the success in the MICE sector, serendipity can only, when everything is just, flowing. You need to have people that they have emotional and intelligent skills, because they need to manage, competitive and teams, and they need to, to understand, the way that innovation works, how to leave the freedom for creativity to flourish, to bring and to. So it's especially, to give this possibility that creativity can open up new opportunities of innovation for a company.
Yeah, we're looking at event design in this very different way. We're looking at stakeholders. We believe there's two basic principles when it comes to event design. First of all, it's designed to change behavior, right? Events are agents of behavior change, but also design it for multiple stakeholders. And we have created a methodology to actually make that happen and enable as many people in the world do this. And we launched the event canvas and the methodology under Creative Commons, so that makes also it available for people around the globe to work with this methodology. This methodology is based on design thinking. Many people are thinking from problem to solution in a direct, straight arrow. We find it's good to explore the problem a little bit more, right? To dive deeper, to understand it from different angles, from different stakeholder perspectives, before you even can start coming up with solutions. So let's take one step back. When you buy a piece of land and you want to build a house on top of that piece of land, you might not go to the construction company right away. Right? You want to make sure that you have first consulted an architect who is asking you tons of questions, how you are looking at to live in that house, then he comes back with sketches and everything. And by the end, then you go to the construction company and say hey, who wants to build my house? Now, in the land of the events nowadays, actually people shift to the construction company much too fast. That's our idea. So we want to free a little bit space before this is even going to happen to actually think about this, to ask the questions, to allow time to consciously think about an event with a team of people to be able to articulate what that event is about and how it will create value for different stakeholders. The way we select the stakeholders we wish to design for, we're using an exercise called the Stakeholder Alignment Canvas. And that is an exercise where we actually make first a long list of all kind of different stakeholders. And then we ask the team to plot these stakeholders into a map and on a grid, basically. The stakeholders we wish to delight are the ones who are super important for us. And from these, we would like to extract a few stakeholders, which we then will study further. Because ultimately, what we believe, the design process is only 1/3 about the creative process, what people think about design, right? People think about the design is something super creative. But I think the 2/3 of what we do is actually a deep analysis of stakeholders. We would like to understand where these stakeholders are coming from and how we would like them as a design team to leave the event, because ultimately that's the change of behavior we are seeing. Now, take 2 steps back, look at the behavior change you wanted to make happen, and then find some other prototypes to make that behavior change happen. So that is the beauty of our business, is we are not into the logistics, we are not into the details of the execution. We actually deliver the design for the production to then execute it. So the burden of how to do that is more on the production side. I would like to see happening, if we could rise the tide together and see if we can actually connect the people who are working in events and the people who are taking the decisions about events. The reason why I'm saying that is that people on the level where they organize events, they are thinking in whole different ways, in logistical ways and everything, and they have other challenges, the event owners. And these people, they are looking much more further ahead. If we can bridge the gap between people who are on the boots on the ground, so to say, and the people who are thinking about events, if we can bring them more closer together and have them speak the same language, or at least allow them to express themselves in the right way and communicate, that would be already a big step. And I think space and time is the only limitation for serendipity. So give me some space to think. And I think in that space, that's where serendipity happens, whether that's virtual or not, right? So I think that is, you just need to allow the space. That would be my take.
I've been working in the tourism and meetings and events industry for over 25 years already. And for me, the trigger of innovation will be the participant-centric approach, when we really think about the people participating in our events and what is that we want them to achieve during the event and learn and growth and meet other people. No? And if we continue putting them in the center of our way of thinking is when we can apply technologies. I come from a moment in the industry where putting people together in a space, quite dark, just someone on stage talking about what they know, and the rest of people just listening was the normal, was the rule. And right now we are already thinking that it has to be interactive, because we understood humans learn in a different way with different formats. So that's another big change, which is really making the industry far much more interesting. How can we keep our industry more human-centric? Is putting all our efforts into experience design, putting the people in the center of our way of thinking and making and designing experiences for them to grow, to connect, to engage and to change. I think we need to create more ways of implementing constant feedback from participants, which is something that it's not happening on a regular basis, in order to adapt the experience exactly at that time when it's happening. What is the human participating in our events wanted? No? Do they want to be with us physical or digital? And we need to apply that. And we need to implement the ethical use of technology. Once we encourage the conversation and once we open the conversation in a human-centric level. So it's why are we doing the event and why the person and the people participating is important to us. I think the human skills we should be focusing on far much more than before are emotional intelligence. I think flexibility, we need to be adaptable, to be more empathetic on what is the content of our communication and how can we achieve the understanding between the two people. I think critical thinking and problem solving is another key skill that is missing and we need to improve in that sense. Of course, creativity, innovation, which is missing in the industry, but we need to go in that direction. And digital skills for sure, and resilience.
From our contributors' experiences, we hope you will remember 3 key takeaways. Design experiences every single day to give people space to come together. Events are agents of behavioural change. Embrace the opportunity that brings. Creativity opens up the path for innovation. Serendipity is something that happens when all the factors in a situation are synchronized. This webcast is part of a series in which we will be exploring the latest ideas on human-centric AI, benefited from the work done to make carbon emissions calculations easier, making your events more sustainable, and many other topics that are central to helping our industry thrive. So watch this space for more expert contributions exploring the proactive approaches that will help to shape our industry's future. We hope you can benefit from the insights just shared. If you have found the content useful, then please make the most of the other resources BEFuture has to offer.